a true champion in fearlessness, aggression, and resourcefulness. But this isn't reckless bravery. It's a survival strategy shaped by evolution, refined through millions of years of trial and error. Its targets can include the most venomous snakes, and numerous predators think twice before messing with such a dangerous creature. Nevertheless, excessive persistence can play a cruel trick on it. Relentless determination often comes at a cost. Injuries are common, and a single mistake can quickly turn fatal. The honey badger belongs to the weasel family, found in both Asian tropical forests and African savannas. Among its fellow predators, it doesn't stand out in size. With a body length of about 70 centimeters, the average weight is around 10 kilograms. Compared to its rivals, the honey badger is small, yet it routinely challenges animals weighing 20 times more than itself. In the scorching desert, the few water holes are the only relief from thirst for most local animals, and being near water can lead to serious conflicts. Of course, the honey badger doesn't stay out of it. It doesn't seek conflict, but once engaged, retreat is rarely an option. Backing down simply isn't part of its instinct. Sure, there's enough water for everyone, but this bull guy isn't used to sharing. So without hesitation, he heads straight toward a 200-kilogram antelope. It looks like this is far from the best idea. After all, the massive horned beast poses deadly danger, and the confrontation looks pretty bizarre. Such an opponent is too strong, even for such a fearless creature. So the beaten honey badger has no choice but to vent its anger on a jackal. When it comes to food, there's no room for being picky. So in tough times, it hunts everything that moves, including rodents, birds, and even snakes. The mole snake isn't venomous, but its bites are still painful. However, that only fires up the hunter, who instantly goes on the offensive. Grabbing a wriggling reptile by the head turns out to be no easy task, but in this case, the attacking snake ends up in its mouth. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. The fleeing snake has almost no chance, since the decision to retreat came way too late. Without fully immobilizing the prey, the honey badger instantly starts eating. This animal didn't earn its reputation as one of the fiercest hunters for nothing. After all, on its path, it encounters far more dangerous creatures. Its excellent sense of smell always tips it off where the prey is hiding. Even a tall tree won't stop it. Its greatest weapon isn't speed or strength, but an extraordinary sense of smell that reveals prey hidden deep underground. Its target is the Cape cobra, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. And despite the deadly threat, the honey badger does everything to close the distance. Contrary to myth, the honey badger isn't immune to venom. Instead, its nervous system is less sensitive to neurotoxins, buying precious time in a deadly encounter. In a situation like this, missing a bite is not an option. So the predator waits for the right moment to launch a precise attack on the head. The snake is still alive, but no longer a threat, which means it's time to eat. Like most mustelids, honey badgers have a high metabolism, so a 1.5-meter reptile will be devoured whole in just minutes. Such a high-energy lifestyle comes with consequences. Its rapid metabolism demands constant feeding, leaving little room for rest. While searching for prey, it checks every hidden spot it comes across. Raiding someone else's burrow is no big deal for a honey badger to get to the occupant, but clever jackals take full advantage of this. This arrangement doesn't sit well with the hunter, but it can't outrun the canines, so it has to put up with the uninvited guests. Of course, sooner or later, the hunter finds its own prey. Still, the honey badger lives up to its name, and despite its predatory nature, its greatest passion is honey. To get such a prize, This cunning beast is ready to do anything. Painful stings don't bother it at all. Overall, its thick skin protects it from serious harm, but there are known cases where honey badgers died while raiding their favorite treat. Beyond brute force, the honey badger is famous for its sharp intelligence. Keeping it locked up isn't the best idea, because sooner or later this restless creature finds a way out, even if it means picking locks. Given its build, it can't jump onto a wall, but it has enough smarts to build a ladder out of stones, which helps it escape captivity again. It also uses any objects at hand to make the escape even easier. Another amazing ability. These actions aren't random. The honey badger learns from experience. Adapting its behavior to solve new problems is walking backwards. It might look like the animal is just fooling around, but this is training for a vital survival skill. Not particularly concerned about safety, a honey badger family moves through lion territory. Lionesses often ambush from cover, and such prey might seem like easy pickings. But the victim shifts into reverse, facing the attacker with sharp teeth. This trick throws the lioness off, which is more than enough to vanish from sight quickly. Moving backward confuses predators. It disrupts their attack patterns, turning hesitation into an opportunity to escape. The same tactic works even against multiple enemies. African wild, dogs carefully try to find a weak spot, since this opponent can definitely fight back. That buys it a temporary retreat. Huge claws make the honey badger an unmatched digger, capable of burrowing a 3-meter den with ease. In the savannas, such shelters are in high demand, but an angry digger is unlikely to give up its burrow, even if it means facing one of the prickliest creatures on the planet. Even the fiercest predators avoid contact with it, but the honey badger knows how to be annoyingly persistent without even touching it. Sooner or later, the hassle wears down the intruder, and it finally vacates the burrow for the rightful owner. Once abandoned, these burrows don't go to waste. They become shelter for countless other species, quietly reshaping the ecosystem. When a female has offspring, fearlessness gives way to secrecy and caution. The mother constantly changes dens, and only at 3 months old does the young one start joining her on hunts. Males, on the other hand, can afford to relax. But after a dust bath, hunger forces them back out hunting. This time, the honey badger encounters a viper, and with its usual boldness, it first steals the reptile's prey right from its mouth. After swallowing the quick snack, the hunter moves on to the main course. Again and again, the animal provokes the venomous snake to strike, waiting for the perfect moment. One wrong move, and the reptile ends up in the hungry beast's jaws. Nevertheless, even such a skilled hunter isn't immune to bites. A few minutes later, the honey badger passes out. Its pulse slows, and vital functions fade. As the venom spreads, the honey badger's body slows down. Heart rate drops, metabolism decreases, limiting the toxin's effect until recovery begins. But just a couple of hours later, the predator comes back to life, and as if nothing happened, resumes its meal. A bite from such a snake can take down even a lion. But years of evolution have made this snake hunter less susceptible to venom. So even a missed strike doesn't end its life. Despite all its ferocity, due to its size, the animal attracts plenty of predators. And some don't care about its intimidating tricks. Yet the honey badger's skin is incredibly tough and loose. So even a leopard can't get a solid grip on the neck. Despite desperate resistance, the big cat doesn't give up. After a prolonged struggle, it finally succeeds. So despite its impressive arsenal, honey badgers aren't immortal. Still, thanks to superior defenses, ferocity, and cleverness, honey badgers have secured a solid place in the ecosystem. And despite being disliked by locals, these amazing creatures are not currently endangered. What truly defines the honey badger isn't fearlessness, but its remarkable ability to endure in a hostile world. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and spend your time wisely. See you soon.